What's up, creative minds? Heaven made gang. It's your girl, the creative mind of Brig, and I'm back with another video. So, this is the day after Mother's Day, and I hope y'all had a great Mother's Day, and I hope a lot of you all did a lot for your mothers. Today is not your typical video. I wanted to put something out there to talk about Kevin Samuels, who passed away, I think at age 57. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts. I don't really, talk about him. I've been hearing a lot of things after his death, and I'm going to speak on my what I think, my thoughts. So to start it off, yesterday was Mother's Day, and I feel so bad because his mother just lost him not even a week, and it was Mother's Day. So that has to be hard on her to not only not have her son, not even gift, because when you're a mother who just love your kids and just wanting to make sure they're doing well, you don't care about the gifts and stuff. But I know he probably, would have went all out for her. But the thing is, it's crazy how a lot of people can't take in information. It's some people who wish the pastor dead, or a teacher dead, or someone speaking the truth. People who have ministries on different platforms, that people want to kill them because they're speaking truth. And in the Bible, it already told us that people would want to kill people because they're speaking truth. And a lot of people didn't like the way that Kevin Samuels delivered things, saying certain situations like your leftovers. Now, it's some things I agree with him about, and some things I don't, because I know a lot of people who have healthy marriages and good marriages, who has met a different spouse, or someone after 35, and also happy and married. And sometimes people do have a situation where they have kids and they're trying to get a high level man. Now, me personally, me being where I'm at my level, I would personally want someone who's is on my level, and we grow and become that high level together. There's nothing wrong with a high value man wanting a lower value woman, as they say. It's not about the money. It's not about anything. It is how you carry yourself, especially spiritually first. Once you have that spiritual mindset, you are already trying to change your outer appearance because of how God sees you. You're already going to know that God will your desires will start to change dramatically already, because you're getting that relationship that you need with God. So just hearing a lot of people say that it was Mother's Day and his mother had to witness it and hear it, and she had to still mourn. She had to still mourn over her son's death, just how it happened, his birthday and then Mother's Day. So she probably was used to being his birthday and then being Mother's Day, and now she's lost him. But like I said, it's a lot of things I agree with, not his delivery, but I still listen to the very important things, because you can get a message out of a lot of things. You can, even the people on the corner screaming at other people on Jesus is going to come, and God, get yourself right with God, and they're yelling and saying you going to hell, you a hoe. But they're speaking truth, not saying that the female, I don't know if the females are, whores or not, certain situation, but in my situation, saying that I have multiple fathers with my children have different fathers. Now, I can sit there and then say that maybe a high value man won't want me, or he won't want me if I had a business. That's their preference, but it might be some more that would. But the thing is to focus on God, and God will have somebody in that mindset, knowing what you went through, and not judging your past, as long as you're working on yourself. When he said certain things, a lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of truth came from it. Just like a lot of people don't want to read the Bible because a lot of truth come with it, but they're thinking that they're going to hell anyway, or certain things that's being said that they're going to get judged. Well, God won't count that against you, especially if you didn't know we live in a certain way. But once you find out that God can change you, and you actually go get help and listen to what he's saying, and hear his voice, you will see why the consequences with coming with certain things. As in traditional women, we do need to get back to that spot and not trying to be still mad at the man, because I remember back in the day, a lot of women were just mad at men on how they was acting, being loyal. They was just crying and going through things and saying we need to, and girls fighting each other over men. And I remember when this one famous person, I forgot who she was, it was a reality show. I don't want to say the real, and I don't really know if that was her, but I remember her saying, I was like in my early 20s, and I remember her saying we need to stick together. And I started seeing women stick together, and a lot of other women started doing the same thing as men. That's where we mess up at. We can't do the same thing as men. When a man is messing up, and especially if you're married with him, I learned that you have to pray for them, because the enemy comes in to kill, steal, and destroy. So they're trying to steal your healthy marriage. They're trying to destroy it, and they're really trying to kill also, so you won't have your purpose in that marriage, ordained a God marriage especially. So what Kevin Samuel was saying, a lot of that stuff was true, and it's a lot of evidence. A lot of people just want itchy ears. Us as women have to get that hurt out of what happened as a whole and start to work on ourselves. Listen to the woman who say certain things. If you know that you been, hopping from man to man and out of relationship, then you know that you need help, and the person who can help you is God. God already know what you're doing. He already know what you did. So it's no changing that, but he still love you for who you are. That's the thing. He does show you his love. He does speak to you in his love, but Kevin Samuel was not God. So we put him on a high pedestal, expecting him to do the things that God does, even if it's tough love. Some people do talk in tough love. Like I said, I can go, I don't want to see my weight. Why don't you want to see your weight? Because sometimes we do overeat. Sometimes we do, we are getting a little lazy. After a certain age, 30, as I discovered, your weight starts to come off a little slower. So you have to keep yourself up and be more active. You don't want to be going somewhere with your man and he want to go salsa dancing, you too tired. You can't even bond with each other like that. And it goes for men too. But I'm speaking on this specific area because of a lot of women who were happy that a human being has passed away. It doesn't matter what they say. I mean, you know how much stuff me and my sister or my mother went through things, and you think I'm gonna want them dead just because? I don't care if they did something and a lot of things and gossip about. I'm not gonna want them dead, and I don't know where he went. That was my main concern. I just pray that he was right with God before he died. And just saying that, I'm like, this is what he talking about, because it's people that still want their baby fathers dead. They want to put a hitman because they hurt you. Get out your feelings. That's why we gotta stop trying to make a man, the man try to be Prince Charming. I mean, a man can be a gentleman. A man can, treat you right and lead you as God said he's supposed to lead if he's, has God over him. But if you're sitting here dogging a man, think he's supposed to do everything that you say, hand and foot, you're treating him wrong, just like we said we don't want to be treated. So we have to look at ourselves. They do this, I'm not talking about them right now. I'm talking about us as women. Stop looking at that part. If you was in a relationship, a man shouldn't be looking at what you're doing wrong. He should be trying to see how he's going to make it serve you. A woman shouldn't be seeing what a man is doing wrong. She should be seeing how she's going to serve him, and then they're just trying to serve each other, and it's just harmony. But if you're not doing this, you're not doing that, that's all it's going to be. That's all it's going to be. Backs turn. Kill, steal, and destroy. So a lot of stuff that Kevin Samuel was saying, even my youngest child father would send me videos and we would discuss it, said, what you think about it? I'm like, he's telling the truth, because I see it. And a lot of things that, like I said before, in other previous videos, I used to look at Bad Girls Club, and that just caused me to even fight even more, or think I'm supposed to be going the way, this is how you're supposed to act, this is how you get, respect. But that was a lie. Some of them it was in the same situation, trying to learn, listening to the same music, same videos, music videos, going down the same direction. I'm trying to that the blind is trying to lead the blind, and that won't work. Just because I'm teaching about this doesn't mean I'm perfect. It just means I'm knowledgeable in this area. So just because Kevin Samuel was speaking on this knowledge that he knows so good, doesn't mean that he's perfect and he doesn't have any flaws. Doesn't mean that he won't cuss, that maybe that's what he was working on. Doesn't mean that he's get out of character, because he was human. But for us women to try to go in there and say, yes, I'm glad he did. What? His mother had to have to see this. It's Mother's Day, but we say women are going to stand with each other. We have to tell each other when we're wrong or when we're right. But the man, we're not talking about the man. That's your problem. Like we tell our kids, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking to you. So just like we tell our kids, we have to parent ourselves in a discipline, not only trying to love ourselves and make ourselves feel better and listen to music or words that's going to help make us feel good. We also have to tell ourselves the bold, hard truth if we want to become better. Because if we don't, we're going to leave ourselves in destructions, leave our boys in destruction. Our girls, they're going to be fighting because that's all they see. They're going to start at a young age. So we really have to wake up. I pay my respects to his mother. My condolences go out to his mother, his family, what they're going through, because he wasn't a bad guy. When it first started, he was talking to men. He was telling men, you can't do this. You can't just go and try to get a woman with no job, with no money. That is true, because that's what man came into the garden. When God put men in the garden, he was working. Woman can't just be out in the street doing this and that. We have to be in the house teaching our children. The man is supposed to learn from God, and the man comes down to teach the woman. So the man have to be covered for the woman to be submissive, yes, but the woman also have to be listening and submissive and respectful and loving and caring, and also showing her kids that, so they can know, and the kids saying the father what role he's playing. He's right. Yes, I don't have those certain things, but I have to learn it so I can teach my kids right thing, right? Or are y'all some of the people who be, mad because your kids are doing better, or want your kids to do better than other people, but not you? And like, we have to get out that mindset. You should want your kids to do better, because when they do better, you're going to do better. But if you want them to do bad, you're going to do bad. And that's with anybody, but with your children especially, because that you're around them 24/7. But this is your environment. Kevin Samuel was our brother. He was our uncle. Somebody's father. That was somebody's father. So we have to wake up, and you have to really tell yourself, you need to ask for forgiveness for wishing somebody down there. What if, because you wish them that, you're wishing that on yourself, because your mind is not perceiving it as that. So you just keep on doing the same thing. You cuss people out. When you on the thing, you judging people on how they look. You have to stop that. Ask God to clean your heart. Ask God to clean your heart. Because the men don't think that they don't need you. They do. They just don't need you following them everywhere. They just don't need you asking questions all the time. They need you praying and taking care of the kids. Asking God that the enemy doesn't come kill, steal, and destroy, and tempt them in certain ways. You be praying at the house, and he's going to come home safely and doing what, and God's hand is over him, and making sure that he's doing right. Praying together. Seriously, I wish if I knew this back when I was younger, if somebody taught me that, I would be way better off than I am. But since I didn't and I have this testimony, I'm going to speak it. And us women need to do better. We don't even need to be wearing all these wigs and stuff. It goes to a temple and get prayed over by different spirits. And you wonder why they name those wigs, why they put it on and you feel a certain way. All of that. Those laces that will mess up your hairline. We have beautiful hair, just like the leaves, just like the grass, the branches, the trees. Just we have beautiful natural hair, different textures. That's why you're special, because you're not like anyone else. You have your own identity, own fingerprint that God has carved into your finger, to your feet. He know how many the hairs on your head. Just like he know all that about us, and he loved us so much. He loved Kevin and Samuel too. And God did not create hell for him. He did not create hell for us. He did not create hell for anyone. But if we're following in the ways of the enemy who came to kill, steal, and destroy, and his agents, that's what we saying we want. That's what we choosing, our free will. Just because you see somebody else laughing at something or doing something don't mean you have to. You can speak up for what's right. And he was speaking up for what was right. And like I said, I don't agree with everything he said, because maybe he didn't agree with what I said about marriage or certain things about having God first. Well, I know he do, but you know, some people don't want to put God in there. I was even on a live show of his when he was talking about Will Smith and Jada. I went up there and he said, tell me if I'm wrong saying that Will Smith, what he did was not a good move. It was a B move. And you know, that's probably how he talked. Now, you call your girlfriend, call you B's all the time. That's why I don't let females call me B's, O's, nothing. If you're trying to correct me, my name is my name. Don't call me that, because I don't let men call me that either. And I don't want a man to think it's okay to call me out my name. But if women calling me that, what you think? They don't care about that. You have to already have respect for a man or a woman. Even if it's not, don't look at the roles. If I want a man to respect me, I want a woman to respect me, not just certain parts. I don't care if you're a rapper or whatever. You talking about coming down here, giving me a ticket and flying. No, I'm straight. No. We have to have more value. It's not on the PhD, because you can have a PhD but be doing this and that with Dick and Harry, Tom, all of them, and still not have value. You can have on eyelashes, you can draw your eyes, and this is what you think that's getting people husbands. It's not. It's not. And if you're somebody who think that you're not getting looked at because you're not showing your skin, no. Just those people need help too, because that's what they're desiring. It's better to be covered and not showing so much. It's better to have your own natural hair to activate your power, the reason your hair was made for a reason. So I used to put on wigs and stuff too. It was just too hot. It made my hair itch, and it was just it's a different hairstyle, make you look different time to time, but sometimes you gotta take it off because it's gonna mess you up. The girl who played off Moesha, not Moesha, yeah, Moesha too, but the Parkers, she had made a documentary about her wearing wigs, and she been wearing wigs since when she was doing the TV shows. I was wearing wigs, but I used to wear the ones that used to just have a comb, and I used to leave some of this out so it can just look a little natural. But the lace and stuff, that's rubbing against here. Then the glue, especially the glue. This kept on peeling off. And I remember one time I took off the wig, and it was like a spot right here, like it tore off my skin. That's glue. It was like a lighter part. And you can see now when women take off their hair, their wigs, you're going to see that lighter part. She had cancer. And she said she wished she would have knew that, and she was sharing it with women. But then women started wearing wigs after that. I wish I was more educated, because I was still wearing wigs after that, and still, you know, encouraging people, making it look pretty, instead of trying to do my own hair, making it in different styles and educating people on their hair. The nails we get, it breaks our nails off. So what are you saying? You don't have no value in that. It's actually making it worse. You just covering up, calling people fake and saying they're lies. You telling me you never told a lie before? You tell me you never called nobody out their name out of anger or thinking they know something, especially them coming into your house and saying something. I'm not saying that it was right what he did, but I'm just saying his death was celebrated, as in, yes, I'm glad he's dead. You should be praying and just saying, I wish us men and women will get together and really know how God wants us to be in a union, and also respect each other as human beings. Before race and roles, yes, we are men if we are created man. Yes, we are women if we are created women. But I'm talking about respect and love. And a man going to God and getting that information from him and getting that knowledge and teaching his wife, and also the wife going to God and praying over her family and getting that knowledge for God for their family as well. So I learned a lot from Kevin Samuels. Sometimes he did make me mad, but I'm telling you, I went back and still was listening to certain things. I was mad at certain things, got over it, brush it off. That's what life. People gonna make you mad, but you gonna stay mad, or are you gonna learn to better yourself? That stuff that he learned, you should go back, and if it makes you mad, go cry. Go cry on a pillow. And say, wow, this is true. But be honest with yourself. Don't tell yourself a lie. If you don't want people lying to you, don't lie to yourself. Because you just as worse. So go back and listen to that. If you don't want to listen to something to make you a more valuable woman that God sees, not just what man sees, because you don't want to just get all the men attention. Get God attention first. Focus on getting his attention first. That's going to come later. Your man, do the same thing. Focus on God first. Get that attention. Stop talking about some hot girl summer, all this different type of stuff. These rappers, these magicians, these people that's high influence, high value, they are in our position. They are working on themselves too. So you can't see them as God. Go to God to get that. You can be someone who is the people see is small, but you're spending time with God. He's going to make sure that you are seen, because you're letting him use you. So God, wherever you go, what avenue you go or what level you're on, those people would bring you up because of you know God. You have that relationship with God. You make things happen. When you touch things, it turns to gold. So you don't have to depend on materialistic like a lot of other people. You can depend on what God gives you. Everything you already know is yours. So God is, are you carrying God to certain places? It won't be your hair. It won't be putting on makeup. It won't be because I have these beautiful nails with rhinestones that cost about $100, but I could have gave that $100, put that into some investment and invested and made it grow, and also have my nails painted. It's my nails. They strong. They don't get brittle. They don't feel weird. They're not torn up in different little levels, layers. And now I gotta go cover it up because I don't like how it look. Because the nails that I'm covering up with is really damaging. That's the damage, but I'm putting more damage on it. I'm putting products in my hair. and it's damaging my hair. I don't like how my hair look. It looks so, look, I got a big bald spot right here. I got one in the middle. I'm losing hair. I got perm and stuff. My hair is thinning out. You know what? Let me put a wig on. I'm covering up. I'm making it worse. I'm putting perm on. I'm making it worse. It's getting thinner. I'm putting heat on it. It's breaking off. You see? And you won't be satisfied. That means you have to cover yourself up. Your real self. And you're lying to yourself. If you take all that stuff out and somebody hurry up and come, oh, junk. Don't look at me. Don't hit me on camera. I'm looking so. Forget that. Take that off if you got a bald spot. And let that be your testimony. This is what it did to me. Help somebody else before these other young girls keep coming up and wearing this stuff. And looking, trying to look older than they are. Trying to talk about hot girls. Some already worried about being better than men. Making more than them. Or I ain't gonna, like, yes, be empowered. Be empowered to pray for men. Be empowered to be saying respect men still. Even if a man have an attitude, just know that sometimes people go through things. Don't try to want them dead because they speak in their mind. Because I do used to see a whole group of girls, a whole group of guys, and the guy say something, they be like, oh, bro, like they just turn their head like, I can't believe he said that. And they said, what? He's speaking, she just said some stuff. So he got to be scared to say something. So Kevin Samuel, he was out there talking about how he felt. And then the girl, that's how it was. Like, oh, shit. I'm sorry. See, y'all be slipping up. He was like, oh, dang. He just speaking on his mind. Like, they about to get on him. Because that's da-da-da-da-da. You think that's powerful. But you wasting your energy and lowering your standard. You lowering your vibration. You lowering your energy. You lowering your who God created you to be, and you're going towards kill, steal, and destroy. Kill, steal, and destroy. Kill, steal, and destroy. Kill, steal. I'm stealing his energy, his dignity, his man. Like, we have to learn, even if we're doing it, still work on it. Because if we don't, we're going to destroy ourselves. And that's what the devil wants. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on it. Forget her. Okay, forget me. But if you want that want to listen, get some notepad, get a pen, listen to these people. You don't have to agree with everything. Listen to God first, and if it lines up, you know, I can probably listen to this person too. If it sounds crazy, you know, I have my own opinion. When I went on Kevin Samuel show and he asked about Will Smith, I didn't even say that. I said, well, I have my own opinion. He was kind of quiet. He didn't say nothing. I wasn't talking back. Because if I start saying stuff like that, of course he's going to say something. Because you coming on my show and you say something, I'm like, come on. You think that's supposed to be quiet? Oh, this P-Power. I can, no. It's not if you're doing this. Nobody care about none of that. It's the P that's power if we doing it the right way. We are talking about marriage. He was trying to bring that back. And I've been praying for women and men to get along and for that to be. I always wanted a family, but I did it the wrong way because I'm thinking I can change people. Already thinking that their heart's like mine. Not saying that they were bad because they were good. That's why we attract, but it wasn't healthy. We didn't have God. We didn't learn. So we have to teach our kids. We have to be the example. That is why I stopped wearing the wigs, because not everybody just was falling into it and thinking it was somebody else. Like, it be a spirit. A lot of us women now have a Jezebel spirit. A lot of men do too. Thinking it's okay to be a little group I'm in. It's supposed to be like training wifeys or whatever. And say if a woman look you on down there, what you gonna do? A lot of women talking about, I'm gonna let her do it. So I said punch her. And a lot of other people was just like, probably about 5 other people was like, nah, I'm straight. But how you trying to marry a man, but you talking about you gonna let a woman do this? I mean, that's your past, you working on it, but I'm just saying. There's certain things we have to work on because that's lust. You're not about to really be in love with that woman and she take care of you and protect you and provide for you. You talking about lust and making you feel good. Be honest. Because mostly when people are certain ways, it's always about sex. It's always about sex. Always. But when you really trying to make, it's praying, I'm building and building myself up. You building yourself up. We building each other up. Now I can't just speak for everybody. I'm just talking about that certain thing. You're in a that and looking for a opposite sex. That's what I'm talking about. Now other people probably working on themselves and going through their own thing, but that's what I'm talking about. And you just pray for him. But I'm just saying, the stuff he was saying was stuff like that. Or not even that. Just about just reality that you don't think about. The stuff that he was saying, that he was speaking about, happens after you're in a relationship, after the honeymoon phase, and stuff the real stuff started coming out. He was asking those questions then. So what you gonna do then? Oh, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be okay. And why would they like you? Because I'm me. Because I'm funny. Like everybody. Like that's the stuff that we don't think about. To even know yourself, you don't even know what to say. Seriously. That's why I ain't really going there, because I went on one thing and I lied and said how many kids I got because I ain't want them to judge me. I just wanted to get my point across, but I still lied. Why? Because I know that they was going to roast me. Yeah. And I got off and I was just like, called my youngest son dad and was like, you know what? I need to work on myself, because being honest with yourself, nobody's perfect, but you want to be perfect. You want everybody to see you perfect because they trying to be perfect. And even if you know a lot of their information, they know like you trying to keep a certain persona up. You gotta stop. But that's about it, y'all. RIP to Kevin Samuels, and there's a lot of other people on there. Love Dorsey and Kevin Samuels and Trenton. It's a lot of people on the internet who can help. Them just a couple. I can't really name it because I'm really running out of time. But guys, listen to that. Get with God and find out how the woman he wants you to be. The man he wants you to be. Because we're going off the world. And that's not who he wants us to be. Alright, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later on another talk. Yeah. See y'all later. Bye.